And we got a new pope.
Yes,
Last
from
week.
Chicago.
From Chicago.
Did you see the interview with his brother who lives in Florida?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We are living in the weirdest fucking timeline.
Crazy, right? He was like, yeah, we kind of gave my brother a hard time because he was always the holy one.
Right.
And then when, he went into seminary, we went, oh, yeah, see, haha.
Yeah.
And then when the Pope made him a cardinal, we went, oh, this could really happen. And now it's happened.
That's so funny. They spoke it into existence.
Not just the first American Pope, but from Chicago. We've eaten, he's had Lou Malnati's pizza.
He's had to have.
He's had a super dog from the corner of Milwaukee and Nagel.
Do you think that he sends someone from the Vatican to go and get him
or just goes to tasteofchicago.com? Yeah.
Yeah. Or something. Why would you do that when you could just send a father out to go and get what you want and bring right back?
And it was
on your private Pope plane.
Yeah, the Pope Mobile. Will we see the Pope Mobile next to the Wiener Mobile?
Oh my gosh. Okay, that would be hilarious though. Genius. I love it. As it drives past the bean, which, by the way, is the stupidest sculpture ever, but whatever.
I think it's cool. But he's also a fan of the White Sox. That's South Side, Chicago.
Right.
He from the hood.
You think he's always strapped up during Mass?
Maybe. I just think that's so cool. 69-year-old Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost.
Also, it's going to be so weird listening to him talk. And hearing
da Bears.
Yeah, with the Chicago accent. Because you're used to the Pope having a little Italian accent or European accent or something. Yeah.
Right.
It just feels wrong.
Yeah.
I don't hate it or anything, but it feels weird.
Would a cardinal sin be putting ketchup on your hot dog? Anyway, he's going by Pope Leo the 14th.
Okay, I like that name. I've got a cat named Leo.
Now, he's the 267th Pope. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, 1 and 267, America. Right. Not doing too bad there. But then I thought, wait a minute. And here's where I want to kind of get into a lesson for you Protestants, which I think there are a lot of here.
I would agree.
In East Idaho and the Mormon corridor in general.
Yeah.
I've got a good friend who was brought up Catholic. I wasn't brought up Catholic, so I didn't think much of the Catholic Church until I think my adulthood, and I went to Catholic Mass with a girlfriend or something. Mm-hmm. And we made all the jokes, stand up, sit down, fight, and Sister Mary beat your knuckles and stuff like that.
Right.
And we went to Holy Rosary here in Idaho Falls for that. And that was,
a nice
Catholic
church,
Mass.
By the way. It
was really cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Protestantism.
Right.
The act of being a Protestant, that didn't even start until Martin Luther King came along. No, Martin Luther.
I was going to say.
Drunk history with IFAF. Until Martin Luther came along and nailed his reforms on the church door. Or whatever. But you see, the Catholics had been practicing Christianity.
Right. They'd been around for a hot minute.
Catholic Church has been around since 30 AD, the death of Christ. Mm-hmm. Peter was the rock upon which Jesus formed his church, right? Something like that. It's Peter, as in St. Peter's Basilica,
right?
As in where the Pope waves to the people.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we've just been thinking about, Protestant factions since the 1500s. Mm-hmm. Catholicism has been around 1,500 years longer than that. Some might even say the Roman Empire never disappeared. It just became where did the Roman Empire go? Where did all the money go? Where did the loot go? Where did the records go?
All right, ancient aliens.
In the basement of the Vatican? So I didn't really give much thought to, not my thing.
Right.
Myopic blinders on.
Yeah.
Anyway, and I also didn't give much thought to the fact that America hasn't even been a country for 249 popes.
Right.
So really, here we are 17 popes later. So really, it's a 1 in 17 shot.
Which is pretty good.
And we got in, okay. Pope 250 was Pius VI. Mm-hmm. And he was around from 1775 to 1799. So that was only 17 popes ago.
Okay. Yeah, that's not that bad.
So how long has America been a country? For 17 popes.
Yeah.
About 17 popes.
It's kind of a shame that popes changed their name, though, because I think it'd be much funnier to call him Pope Bob.
Yeah. Right? That's his name, Robert.
Yeah. Yeah,
Pope Bob.
Pope Bobby.
In a manifesto today, Pope Bob said that you shouldn't put ketchup on hot dogs.
God speaks out against ketchup on hot dogs.
All right, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. And remember, you now need to reset your how long has it been since you've thought about the Roman Empire calendar to 0.
Right.
You're welcome.